Good to go? No. Yes.
Popped up. You good?
I guess so. I don't know. But hi, everybody. Welcome to Teaching Brainiacs. It's been a while. I've gone live, so that's kind of why we're like that. Hey, everyone. I guess we'll wait a little to see if anyone comes in. But while we're waiting, welcome again to Teaching Brainiacs. My name is Priscilla. Everyone calls me Miss P. I love math, so that's what we're gonna do today. But there may be times where I do a little bit of different things. So feel free to join us. We already have some stuff set up for you to learn on a crispy Saturday. Hey, Kate, how are you? Welcome to the stream. And as we wait for other ones, I may put some music. Don't laugh at me about bust a move. I make sure that I won't hurt myself. Let's see. Uh, Let me see if I can have some stuff playing in the background. If not, then that's fine. Anyway, so while that's happening, just wanted to touch base with a lot of you. I know I'm like on, off every time I go TMI. Had a little medical stuff going on, and then life just life's. As if you follow me or been with me for a very long time, I became a substitute teacher, which took a lot of time away from me. Life is just happening, and I have to do better. I'm gonna be honest and be more consistent and being able to be here for you guys when you need help. So this is just a random day for me to go live, but I definitely am going to do Mondays at 5. Come one, come all. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Text me on my number here, which is 914-740-8216. Text me all your questions so that way it could be featured on our next lives. Again, it will be Mondays at 5 o'clock, and I will definitely put the information on the community tab just as a reminder. And I have a lot of great things coming, so I'm not going to touch on that just yet. Thank you, Cage. Definitely check him out. He has an amazing gaming page and channel. So he goes live, and it's so much fun. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it. And let's just get right into it while we wait for a few more friends to check us out. So I do have here, we're talking about multiplying. So when we talk about multiplying, it's just pretty much check. Oh, hey, how are you? How is everyone? How is everyone? Hello. We have Gaming W. Then we have Core Vibe. Thank you for coming. So pretty much, let's get right into it. So we have multiplying, right? So we're multiplying has to do with what they call repetitive addition, pretty much, right? And one of the main things that I want to talk about is that when it comes to multiplying, you're going to hear the word factor. And factors are the numbers we use to get the answer or the product into a multiplying problem, right? So when it comes to that, let me give you an example, right? We have 2 times 3. So this would be a factor. That would be a factor. And then, well, when we multiply 2 times 3, 2, 4, 6, that gives us our product. And the reason why this word is so important is that when you're taking your state exams, especially in New York or wherever you're from, we have third and on, we take state exams. And that means that we need to know how to read, word problems, and everything. And they love to use the word product. I should take an actual state exam and actually count the amount of times they use the word product because it's like crazy how many times they use it. So that's an important word. It's interchangeable. So product, multiply, product, right? So that's all it is to the multiplying. They're also going to teach you multiplying differently. So let me show you really quickly. I'm sure you've heard of an array. If you haven't, it's just pretty much, let's say we're doing 2 times 3. This pretty much is, this is pretty much what they mean. It's just a visual representation of what multiplying is. So that would be how you would do 2 times 3. And guess what? If you don't know your times tables, guess what happens? You would add it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Because another way of thinking about that is 2 plus 2 plus 2, or 3 plus 3. And all of these give us 6, don't they? 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6. So there you are. Like I said, this is various different ways you're going to be taught. There's so many different ways to learn about multiplying, which is fantastic. Let's see if I'm missing anything in the chat. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining. Welcome everybody who's here. Feel free to stop by. Have any questions? Want to say hello? Who wants a shout out? Write it in the chat. So these are kind of like the basics of multiplying, and again, I could go over into it in more detail. Let's see what else we got going on. I really didn't have an exact plan because I just wanted to test out live streaming. It's been a while, and I just wanted to check it out. So let's see. We have another one. Let's say we want to do 3. What is it, number 3 today? Let me do a little harder, right? 9 times 6, right? Well, how would we do that one? Hi, Skylar. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yes, math has been complicated over the years, Cage versus Cage says. Definitely, from when I came up, is definitely different than what it is now. Let's see. Hello, just us. I like the thumbs up. Thank you, right? So we have 9 times 6. Well, we could either do the array, or we could do the, think about the repeated addition, right? So that would be 9 6 times. And that can get exhausting, or we could do 6 9 times. Oh my goodness. 1 2 4 5 6 7 8 9. And who wants to do all of that math? I don't think anybody wants to do that. So that's why we multiply. So we have to know our 9 times table. So we have to do the 9 times 1. Usually when I have students in person or even online, because I do see students online, well, I usually tell them that we're doing stuff like that. You know your 5 times tables. Come on, the 5 is easy. So I would always tell them, go straight to 9 times 5, which, who can tell me in the chat, what is 9 times 5? Hi, everybody. Hi, Amanda. Oh, Amanda is fine. Welcome. California. Hi, everybody from California. Please let me know where you are. Let me know where you're in. New York, California, Florida, Massachusetts. Let me see who can tell me what is 9 times 6. Oh, all right, I see it. Well, 9 times 5 is, well, let's do our 5 times 8. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There you go. I got it. Vernon, 45. Welcome to the chat, Vern. We have 45, right? And then let's add up another 9, right? So 45 plus another 9. I saw someone wrote it in the chat. Is, Aspers wrote it. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I like it. Aspers, you said you study at times tables. Yes. If I recommend anything, make sure you know your times tables. Because that is everything. That is like the bare minimum of math. Multiplying and dividing, once you know how to do that, you're going to be fine. Because remember, the same thing about multiplying, if I'm dividing and I need to know what is 54 divided by 9, that would be 6, right? And if it's 54 divided by 6, we know that it's 9. And then the same thing with this, we also have to know that 9 times 6 is the same as 6 times 9, which will give us 54. You guys are awesome. Good, good. I see a person from Trough. Okay. Hi, DM Gaming. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. So that's just some basic stuff. Let's see. In the chat, friends, if you have any questions, just leave it down below and I could definitely answer them, right? So continuing with multiplying, then we multiply with bigger numbers, right? So we could multiply a number like 130 times 12. You could put in the chat, put a hands up emoji if you know how to do this. This is something called multi-digit multiplying, which all that means is more than one number. Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, Cage. He said, make sure to send a text if anyone is interested in private tutoring. She's the best. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate it. Yes, the number is there. I'm going live next Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And feel free to send me some homework questions. Anything you have, feel free to send it and I could feature it live on Monday. Let's see. So far I'm waiting to see who knows how to do this. For those who do not know how to do this, it's just you have to do one digit at a time. And just don't get scared. Just know that you do one digit at a time, right? So you start with always a ones place. If you didn't know, that is the place value of our number here. So we have 2 times 0, which anything times 0, always remember is a 0. Then we would have to do 2 times 3, which gives us, well, 2, 4, 6. And then we have 2 times 1 gives us 2. Now we have to carry a 0 down here because now we're doing the tens place. So now that'll be 1 times 0 would give us 0. 1 times 3 gives us 3. And then 1 times 1 gives us 1. And then the last step is adding it up. Let's see. Okay, so we have 0. 6 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then bring down the 1. And that gives us, it's okay, 1,500. Do you guys get that? Thumbs up if you did. Thumbs up, thumbs up. It's alright if you didn't get it. It's okay. There's also other ways, which I could go over on Monday, but then they have something called the box method to multiply, which we can do on a Monday. Then that's pretty much how you could break up that number. So it would be 10 here, 2 here, and then you would break up the number 130 into 130, and then this would be 0. And then you would just have to multiply in each box and then add it all up at the end, which for some people sounds very, very complicated. Alright, just so y'all know, I am a homeschooling mom, so that is another thing that you will hear noises in the background, and that's something that I try to prevent, but it is what it is. For those who have siblings or families, you know that it's never quiet in the house, so here we are. If you have any questions, put a question mark in the chat. If not, I could go into something else. I'll wait a little bit. I'm trying to catch up to all the messages. Did I miss anything? Amanda, are you still here? DM Gaming, are you still here? Let's see, Skyla. Who else am I missing? I know I have a lot of people here. Korg, are you still here? Let's see. What does this one say? Oh, it's hard to see with the, oh, it's live. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's true. You should know how it is. Let's see. It's like being in a classroom anyway, right? When you're in class, the talking never ends. I don't know if you guys are going to public school, but never ends. Being as a substitute, I definitely have seen and been there where the students are yep, 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 yep. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Ooh, let me make sure everything is good over here. Give me 1 second, friends. Alright, cool. Alright, awesome. Alright, excellent. So in the meantime, I guess I'll erase and I'll go into something else. Oh, and then talking about again what we were saying earlier, how multiplying and dividing are like what they call inverse operations. That just pretty much means the opposite, right? And I'll show you again. I'm sorry for using all these technical terms, but it's important for you guys to get used to it. Ah, yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Thank you, Kate, for the pointer. That's why I use my phone to read chats, because it could be delayed sometimes. Awesome. Also, let me know how the audio is doing. I mean, I just ran right into it, but feel free with any questions, or if you can hear me well, or the background noise is too loud, let me know. But again, so we're talking about inverse operations, right? So the opposite of multiplying is dividing, and the opposite of dividing is multiplying. Just as adding and subtracting, the opposite of subtracting is adding, and so on. So let's see. So if we follow the rule like we did earlier with the 9 and a 6, 1,500 or 1,500 divided by 12 would give us 130. Both dividing 1,500 divided by 130 would give us 12. All right, and that would actually get us right into dividing. I know a lot of people have issues with dividing. Oh my goodness. And the reason being is that, like a person from TROF or TROF, if I said your name wrong, I apologize, but if you don't have your times tables down, oh man, math gets so complicated, right? So let's actually do that. Like if we divide 12 into 1,500, guess what happens? We have this, right? So if you do not know how to do this, let me know in the chat. I'm going to do it really quickly anyway. This is going to be the long division, or what they call repeated subtraction, right? So we have 12 goes into 15 one time, right? And then 1 times 12 gives us 12. We have to subtract. Remember we said repeated subtraction. Well, now 5 minus 2, well, 5 minus 2 gives us 3. Then we bring the 0 down. Now we have 12 times what gives us 30. Uh-oh, I don't know my 12 times tables, but I can figure it out. 12 plus 12 gives me, well, 2 and 2 is 4. 1 and 1 is 2. So that's very close to 30, which means that we can't use another 12 to go into 30. So that's good. So now we're going to do 2 up here. Remember, you align it correctly in the right times, in the right place value. So then now that means that that 2 is multiplied by 12, and that gave us 24. And now we're left with 6. And then we got to bring that 0 all the way down. So let's see how many times 12 goes into 60. One thing that I always know is that for the most part, 5 is the number that would always give you a 0 or a 5, right? So let's try maybe 12 times 5. Well, let's remove this. Let's do that. So 5 times 2 gives us 10. And then 5 times 1 gives us 5 plus 1. Guess what? That's 60. So ding, 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 ding. Guess what happens now? We have the 5 up here. And then we get 0. So that fits in easily. I could also do divided by 130, which I will do next. But before I do that, yeah, a person is definitely on it. That's fantastic. I love it. It's supposed to be, yeah, that happens, yeah. The Cage versus Cage was saying a person is on it, and he was saying that the chat is often delayed because that's what kind of happens with technology. It's great when it works, and then it happens with that. So yeah, so we have a 0 here. And then our answer is 125. Alright. Uh-oh. Did I make a boo-boo? I think I did, didn't I? I think I did too. Yeah. So what happens here? Let's see where the mistake is, friends. Oh, let me check my chat to see my phone to see what's going on with the chat. Anyone could see what's going on? Let me see the chat here on my phone. I'm still here. I'm just waiting to see if anyone can fix the error. Yeah, the error here is that 15 divided by 12 is not 130. It's actually 125, which is what we did here. Right? And then 125, 1,500 divided by 125 equals 12. See? So, listen, I purposely did that to see if y'all was all paying attention. But anyway, so that's what we did. And if you have any questions, let me know. And then let's do the other way, right? Let's try doing 125 divided by 1,500, right? So do we know? Well, the beautiful thing about this is that 125 can go into 150, right? So when we do that, we already know off the bat it has to be 1 time. So then that means that 1 times 125 gives us 125. And then we're left with, well, we can't do 5 minus 0, so we have to regroup, which is what the word is now. And then we will make this, instead of a 5, a 4, because now we're borrowing to make this a 10. So then 10 minus 5 gives us 5. 4 minus 2 gives us 2. And then now we have to bring this 0 down because guess what? This is how we're going to be able to do this next part. Excuse me. So 125 goes into 250. Well, let's see how many times. We kind of already know it's going to be 2, but let's make sure mathematically. I laugh because I have a video about this. You could totally check my shorts. But when it comes to the number like 25, I always think about money, and we always think about quarters. So how many quarters gives us 50? Well, I already know it's 2, right? So pretty much that's why 125 times 2 gives us 250, because we have 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2. So that's it. So then now we put the 2 up here, and then that leaves us with 250. We divide, minus it, and then it's 0. All right. Any questions in the chat? Let me see. Let me check the chat. I opened it and then it closed. Let's see. Let's see. I tend to talk fast, so let me know if I need to tone it down. Let me see. I'm still trying to figure this out, friends, so just give me a minute. Let's see. Alright. Let me lower this down. Alright, making sure I'm not missing any of my chats here. If you see me looking on this side, on my left side, or on your camera the right, it's because I am trying to see the chats. Alright. I guess so far so good. Let me see. Beautiful. Thank you so much for all the likes. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess I'll erase and then I'll go to the next one. Feel free to stop by and let us know where you're tuning in from. Are you coming from Florida? Are you coming in from California, Washington, D.C., so on and so forth? And before I go any further, as a parent, and you know, I know that a lot of things are going on in the world. First off, this page will never be political or anything like that, but I can't deny the fact that there are a lot of families out there without any food or struggling due to current circumstances. So I'm just letting you know, if you do need anything, especially here in New York or just in general in the States, I can send you information for all the boroughs as far as pantries and everything like that. My heart goes out. I can't even talk right now. My heart goes out to all of you, so know that that is always on the forefront of my mind, so I could definitely send you information. Again, if you use the number that I sent you, send me a message really quickly. I could send you pantries, anything that you need. I could definitely send you those resources, because at the end of the day, we're all dealing with our own issues, so I just wanted to put that out there. And again, thank you for those who are tuning in. Now let's get into some math. Oh, and before I forget, if you like what you see here, definitely like, share, and subscribe. But not more importantly, sorry, I'm like jumbled all over the place today. I think I need more coffee. But I also want to mention that Mondays at 5, I'm gonna write it right here. Mondays at 5, come through Eastern Standard Time. I am going to be live like I am today. So drop in. Send me your questions, all kinds of stuff, so I can help you out with any math that you need, for sure. Definitely, of course, Cage versus Cage, that's what we're all here for. Definitely for those who haven't subscribed to his channel, he's a gaming channel, so if you need to get your mind off current events, that's the best page. Always go there. It's always a great time. It's a blast. So yes, Mondays at 5, we're definitely going to go live. Again, send me everything and anything, homework help, I'll do it that day. I'll be on for about 30 to 40 minutes, so stop by, say hello. And then more importantly, if you like these kind of things that I'm teaching here, I have a variety of different programs that I offer with my organization, from free classes to all kinds of stuff. So again, I could always put everything in the community tab, and then I'll discuss it again on Friday. On Monday. So yeah, so let's go to the next thing. What else do we have here? I'm just thinking on the fly. Oh, you know what, let me move on really quickly to place value, right? So we have place value here. I think this is a very important thing for you to know, because in order for you to do a lot of what they call multi-digit multiplying dividing, you have to know the place values, right? So we have ones, tens, and for those who do go to school, I know that as a sub, we had to go through this with our students in the elementary grades. So we did this at least from 3K all the way up to second grade. We would stop. But these are like the main things. Every morning that'll be part of your calendar math, if you guys are familiar with that. But it's always knowing the value of a number, right? So we have this, let's say we have a number 2. That by itself, it just belongs in the ones place. Let's say we have 20. Now that means we have 2 tens and 0 ones. And another way of thinking about it is like this. These are equal to 10. And then those little cubes equal 1. Right? So those are ways to remember, or visual representations of our place values. Again, I didn't really have a plan, so I'm kind of like all over the place today. So definitely on Monday, I'll have a better plan for you guys. I'm just grateful to be on. Hubby helped me a lot with being able to go online, so shout out to him. Give him hearts in the chat for helping me go online, because again, we need to get back into it. We need to get ready. Remember, state exams are coming up. We need to get math ready to rock and roll, because that between math and reading, we need to get on it and be on the lookout for that, because I have some of that coming up as well. I'll probably do a live dedicated to English or basics of ELA for the young kids. So yeah, and if you want to see anything, please write me in the chat and let me know what are some things that I can help you with. All right, going back to this. Now the hundreds place means 100, right? So we have, let's say, a number like 313, right? So this is how we would put it in our place value chart. And we have thousands, right? So then we would put, let's say, 5,014, right? And that number would be tricky because we have to have a 0 to hold the hundreds place, right? Because there's no hundreds in that number, but there's 1, 10, and 4. But yeah, I hope that helps for that part. And then for the older grades, we have an amazing thing called a decimal, which pretty much means any number that is smaller than 1. So then that would go into, on this opposite side, that would be now the tenths and the hundredths. It doesn't have space for that, but here that would be, we'll have a decimal, and decimals you see a lot in shopping when you're going to the supermarket or things like that. So you could see something like $2.30, or you could say $20 and and 3 cents. It would be, let's say, this is 313 and 51 cents, right? So with that being said, now we have this, and that could be shown in actual fraction. Why? Because this is 1/10 and this is 1/100, right? So we could definitely go into that more for the next time, but I just wanted to give you that, and that's pretty much it. For those who are new, please give us some hearts. Let us know what's going on. Okay, okay, thank you for everything. For sure. If I'm missing anything, let me know. Sometimes I'm purposely gonna make mistakes, so y'all can let me know in the chat. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Again, I'm looking on the chat on my phone. Let's see. Beautiful. If you're here, let me know where you're from and where you're tuning in from, and maybe what grade you're in. Let me know what's going on. All right, I'm going to put something on the board really quickly, and I'll give y'all a few minutes to do the math. All right, I'm actually going to change it up a little bit, and I'm actually going to have you adding, right? So maybe we'll have you add a number like I'll leave that on the board for a little bit, and then you tell me what you get. Thumbs up if you have an answer. Alright. While you're doing that, remember, if you're still here, give me some emojis, give me some thumbs up, and let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. Oh, okay, I see Cage is still here. Let's see who else is still here. A person from TROF, where are you? Are you still here? Let's see. So far, I see 5 people in the chat. That's fantastic. Awesome, awesome. I don't know if anyone else is still here. Let's go. Alright, so in a little bit I'll give you the answer. Again, let me know where you're from. Let me know what grade you're in. Let me know if you're an adult, a child, or if you're an adult here and you have children, let them know to come and check out this stream. We're going to be doing these on Mondays and maybe another day. I'm going to schedule myself a little bit better and I could do this a little bit more frequent. Definitely am willing to help your students. Why not? Alright. Alright, so in the meantime, let's just go right into it, right? So, in this example, we're adding numbers, a multi-digit question with decimals, right? So again, we have to follow the rules of our place value. So remember, we learned that this is the hundredths. That's a funny word to say, but it's hundredths. And then we have this number here is the tenths place. And then we have ones, tens, and hundreds. And usually in the homework and things like that, you'll see it like this, right? Definitely if you, I don't know what curriculums you guys are using, but we have Amplify, we have Envision. There's so many different, oh, we have Illustrative Mathematics. I mean, I could go on to name a lot of different curriculums, but that's pretty much similar how they do everything. And you're going to see this in homeworks. And what we're going to do is now we're going to start always right to left. Because if I do it the other way, the math is not going to be right, and that doesn't work for anybody, right? So we have 3 plus 1, which gives us 4, right? And then we have 1 plus 1 gives us 2. And because we have this decimal, we have to keep it there. We can't decide to just put it over there. No, it has to be where it's supposed to be. Can't be right in line. 5 plus 0 is 5. And we have 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. Alright, so let's make sure our math is right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if the math is right. I know we're a little bit delayed, so I want to make sure. If you hear airplane, welcome to my life. I'm right next to the amazing window in my home, so here we are, right? And again, let me know if that is correct, and let me know if I did make a mistake, because guess what? Teachers are allowed to make mistakes. It happens to all of us, trust me. Sometimes our math, we write so fast or we're thinking so much that we write the wrong number. That happens to me a lot. But yeah, so we have, let me make sure, right? 3 plus 1 is 4, 1 and 1 is 2, and then the decimal, 5 plus 0 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 2, wait, 2 plus 0 is 2, and then 5 plus 7, excuse me, 5 plus 2 is 7, right? And then the other cool thing about doing this is now we know that that number, 725 24 hundredths, well then, if I subtracted that, it should give me this one. And let's check, right? So we have 4 minus 1 gives us 3. 2 minus 1 gives us 1. Keep the decimal. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 0 is 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. We got the same answer. That checks off. So that means it's right. And then if we wanted to do this, right? If we did 725.24 minus 525.13, guess what happens? This answer should be this. Well, let's make sure. 4 minus 3 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Decimal, 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. 7 minus 5 is 2. So guess what? That also rings true. So this is another example of showing you the inverse operation, right? So the opposite of addition is subtraction, and the same thing vice versa, right? Which is another skill to know, especially the more math you do and the more higher level you get. This is going to be a very important skill to have. All right. Let's see. Again, welcome to those who are in the chat. If you're brand new here, let us know in the chat where you're from, what grade you're in, and if you do have problems with your child, let me know as far as like their homework. Please let me know down below. Use my number again to feel free to ask me questions. Text only, please. I do not want to get phone calls. No. Text only, please, because that way I could be able to respond to you, right? So again, the number is 914-740-8216. All right. I'll erase. I'll put up one more problem, and then we'll probably stop in a little bit. All right. Again, if you do have anything in particular you want me to go over, feel free to write it in the chat. And again, welcome for those who are new. I am just doing some problems. So again, a lot of this is has to do with like math, anywhere from 3rd to 5th grade. But I also do high school, so feel free to do that. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. If I mispronounce your name here, Nahar, I'm sorry. I do not have the question of the day today, because I am actually going to start that hopefully this coming week. So I'm assuming you like the question of the day. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that too fast. A quote. What kind of quote do you want from me? A man who... Alright, let's read what Nahar Shah says. A man who waves at babies, smiles at strangers, and treats everyone with kindness. He thinks he will never find love, but he is the love. Nice. Thank you for sharing. Hugs and hearts. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. I love that. Very cool. Alright. But I thought you said question of the day. But Nahar, yes, we will be doing question of the day again for those who did not know. I was doing question of the day about a year or so ago, and I was just going over some basic questions that you probably would get in your homework, and I would do like short videos for you to be able to know how to do those problems. But thank you so much, Nahir, for sharing. Anyone else that's new in the chat, feel free to let us know where you're from. Let us know your grade, and if you have any problems with math, if you like math, what are the questions that you have about it? What are the things that are tricky for you? Because that's what I'm here for. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I didn't skip anyone. Beautiful. All right. So now to end this, let me see. I'm trying to think of something good to ask you guys. Since we did multiplying with multi-digit numbers, let's do it again. Why not? We'll try another number, except differently than 1. We have... Let me do a little harder with 34. Alright, that is your question right now. I am going to be waiting on the side. I'm here, just waiting on the side to have you answer that question and tell me what you get. I'm excited to see what you get in the chat. Give people a chance to do it. And while that's happening, again, friends, I am again offering free classes once a month, every Saturday. The next one for math is going to be for 3rd to 5th graders, and it's going to be December 6th. Again, Saturday, December 6th at 12 o'clock. Feel free to join us. I have to work on that. I have to work on getting mods, so I can have the mod write it in the chat, but I will put it in the community tab. So if you come back for Monday, I'll definitely have it available to you where you can be able to see what we got going on as well. And that class is very similar to this, and the cool thing is that we get to play games, so it's always a fun time over there. Again, welcome for those who are new here. I'm just talking about the free classes I offer once a month. Join, everyone is welcome. And again, we play online games, and maybe Monday, if there's enough time, maybe we could play with you guys as well. I do something called Book It. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with it because I see a lot of different people in different parts of the world here. But we definitely do that. It's an online gaming platform where we learn about and we do math there. And anyway, we have that coming up, and then we also I have weekly classes that I do, and I also do private one-on-one sessions. So if you have any questions about any of that, feel free to let me know. You could write it in the chat, or you could write it and text me at 914-740-8216. Again, I will be here for any questions. So I guess I'll get started, and then we will end the stream. Let's see. So we have here, we always start with, remember, right to left. Right to left. Yes. Cage versus cage. Yay, Book It on a live stream would be fun. Exactly. I agree. Definitely on Monday. Come and check that out if you want to join. It is so much fun. When I do my free classes with my students, it's like the best time ever because we have a really good time. And if a lot of people show up, it'll be very, very, even more fun because now there's going to be a lot of competition. So here we are. So let's touch on this one quickly, right? So we have 4 times 1, right? Is 4. And then 4 times 6. Well, actually, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me actually give space. I think the number was 861 times 34. I hope that's the right number. But anyway, the reason I did this on purpose. What we're going to do is we have to then, remember we're talking about this, right? Maybe this will help you understand, right? So we have that 4 has to be multiplied by all those numbers. And then, let me see if I have my other marker here. I just had it and it like disappeared somewhere. No, it went away somewhere. Oh no, it's here. So, you're getting me live in my chaos. Don't judge me. And then this 3 now, we have to multiply it by that 1. Now that's 3, you have to multiply that 6, and add 3 by 8. So if that is helpful, like a visual to help you remember to do that, then that's what we can do, right? So now we have 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 6 is, do we know? Well, the trick that I told people earlier is that if you don't know something like 4 times 6, well, let's go to 4 times 5. We know what our 5 time tables are. It's a little easier, right? So 5, 10, 15, 20, right? We have 20. So then that means 20 plus another 4 gives us 24. All right, so then that means that we put our 4 here. A lot of students have issues with this. We have to put everything correctly, right? So we have 4 here, and then we have to bring the 2 up here. And then, now we have 4 times 8. Now, we already know what 4 times 6 is, so we can go 4 times 7 and 4 times 8. I tell students all the time, when you have a little piece of scrap paper, this is what it's for, to help you in the meantime until you master multiplying facts that you have to do, right? You have to master that, right? So 24 plus another 4 gives us 28, and then another 4 gives us 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And then we have that random 2 up there. And what you do to that now is that we do 32 plus 2, which will give us 34. I'm making sure everybody can see everything. Beautiful, right? And then remember we had that 0. I used to do this with a student of mine that we used to have class. For whatever reason, he used to be happy and it helped him remember to put the 0 to hold it. So I always do that. And then now remember that 3, now we have to multiply that 3 by all those numbers, right? So we have 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 6, do we know about 3 times 6? Well, let's do this now. You know what 3 times 5 is? Well, 5, 10, 15. And then we have 3 times 6 would give us what? We have 3 times 6 will give us 15 plus another 3 gives us 18. Again, going back, we have to put the 8 first and then carry the 1. So in this case, you could either cross that out or you could just simply erase it, right? So then that would be 3 times 8. Well, guess what happens? We don't know, but we could continue here, right? And again, I'm going to repeat myself so many times. Master your multiplication table. All right. And then, so now we have 18 plus another 3 gives us 21. Good job. And then another 3 is 24. Okay. And then now, remember, we have that 1 up there. So that is 24 plus 1 gives us 25. And now we're going to add this big old number. So we have 4 plus 0, 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 4 plus 8, well, you can do it the other way. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring the 2 here. Remember, 12 looks like this. So 12, the 2 goes there, and then we carry over the 1. And 5 plus 3 gives us 8, plus 1 more is 9. And then we bring down the lonely 2, because this is as if it has a 0 there. To touch base on these, for whatever reason, when it's a number like this, it throws students off and they forget what to put here. Always remember, the ones number always goes there, and then the one that we have to carry over or regroup always goes at the top. Alright, that will be something that I will definitely reinforce the next time I see you guys. Let's see, any new messages I'm missing? Yes. Okay. Alright, awesome. So make sure I did this before I go any further. Let me check my messages here. I'm on the side so you can see everything that I did, and make sure that I did the math correctly, because sometimes mistakes do happen, right? When it comes to math, you make one little error and it's over. The math is done. Like a simple mistake of me putting a 0 here changes the whole number. So if I did that, right, while you guys are rechecking on my work, this number now becomes 0, right? And is that the same number? No, it isn't. And it doesn't seem like a big difference, but if I made a mistake with this number and I didn't have it there, now this becomes this. And that is a number that is very different than this. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have $29,274 over just $9,000. $9,274. But that's just me. Alright, let's see. Alright. So give me a thumbs up if I did the math correctly. And after that, I think we will stop here. Let's see. Let me see my chat here. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I see here Cage versus Cage Row. We all make mistakes. Isn't that true? It's a mess. And then when it comes to math, it's very particular. So it's like you make one little mistake. Even something as simple as writing this versus this makes a difference in math and chemistry or anything. So we want to make sure we always are on point with our math, right? Let's see. Make sure there's no other messages here. But for sure, next time I will definitely make this a lot more lively and more fun. This was just me getting my feet wet, making sure I tune in, apologizing to all of you that I always go MIA. But I am working on doing better for you guys, because you guys deserve it, you guys need it, and that's what I'm here for. So again, Monday, can I write it? Let me write it in the chat. Mondays at 5 p.m. I want you guys to stop by and see me. Unless it's like a public holiday or something like that, or whatever. Most likely I'll be there Mondays at 5. I want to see all of you. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be there. We're going to show out. Let me know what you have questions about. Text me, 914-740-8216. Shout out to everyone that was here in the chat. Cage versus Cage, Nihar, a person from TROF. We had DM Gaming. We had Amanda, Just Us, Skylar. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. There was just so many things going on. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time.